will be another review assignment. So from now until next week, try to understand your assignment. And then next week, you can post me with your question. You have any questions, you can ask me. Okay? So today we will continue with the development frameworks and methodologies. And for today, we are going to study about DFM agent. This is another approach following red concept. And DFM agent can be considered like a lighter version of DFM. For anyone who ever know about DFM, you will see that DFM is quite heavy duty to some software project. And people need something more lighter, need something more flexible, more portable. And that's why DFM agent has been born. So here is a little bit summary about the DFM definition. The DFM can be considered as a generic framework for web development. Why is that? Because the DFM was built based on web concept with the three main philosophies of web, including high quality, high speed, and low cost. And this methodologies have been evolved as a result of an organization called Dynamic System Development Consortium. This is a group of big companies all over the world, around 300 companies in 1994, and like Barclays, Soviet Union, and Logica. These are not only companies in IT industry, but many companies in our industry, but they have the information system. And they're sitting together and they want to develop some new methodologies we can adapt three philosophy of web, but much more lighter than the DFM. So that's why the DFMs were built, were born from that time. And the organization who built up the definition of the DFM is Dynamic System Development Consortium. The brief generate the take-up of web development techniques in a structured and systematic way. In the last few weeks, you have learned about RED, right? However, RED, what you understand about RED is concept only. We know about its philosophy, including high quality, high speed, and low cost. And we know about that basement, including four main basements like people, management, methodologies, and process, right? But how to implement an information system by using great concept? We don't have any generic way. We don't have any generic methodology to implement a system that follows great concept. However, before that, in 1990, we had DFM. RED can be considered an upgrade version with new concept. And when they work together, we have DFM agent. The main framework of the DFM agent was built based on the DFM. However, the philosophy under the DFM agent based on RED concept. So from the time the DFM agent has been from the time the DFM has been born, they have a lot of versions of the DFM, but there's not much difference between different versions. They're quite similar. However, Until recently has been around 2010. We have the latest version of the SDM is version 4.2, and up to now, this version of the SDM is still being used in many environments, especially in Europe. If you have a chance to implement an information system for Europe countries, especially UK countries, you can see many of them still use the SDM Green 2 for their information system project. And however, later, after the SDM 4.2, from 1994, people built out a new version called the SDM 8. And the SDM 8 provides a framework for rapid development, but develop a system in a controlled environment. And you can see here, the SDM 8, one of the first priority of the SDM 8 is control the environment. It's different from the SDM before. The SDM before, do you remember about the life cycle of the SDM before? They do analysis, they do design, they do implementation. And they saw the link between different phases. But the SDM didn't show any control, any management in that method. So the SDM 8 is a little bit different. It tries to control the project in a controlled environment. So that means the SDM will not tie up the development to any specific tools or techniques. You can use any tools, any techniques you have in hand to implement the system. No matter when you use the data modeling or object modeling, any kind. If you say it's suitable, you can use it. So the first thing you have to remember about the SDM 8 is, one, it tries to control the environment of system development. And secondly, it doesn't tie the development to any specific tool and techniques. That means you can use any suitable tools or techniques you have in hand. They are the two main points you have to remember about about the SDM 8. And for the remaining part, the remaining section of the SDM 8, you will see it a little bit similar to RED. The first thing is, user must be an integral part of the development process. Do you see it similar? You see this concept in the SDM, and you see this concept in RED, right? The same to the SDM 8. User played an important role in the successful of any SDM 8 project. So that's why user become an integral part of every phase, every process phase in the SDM development. And the SDM approach aims to address needs of all parties concerned with the development, including developer, user, project manager, QA personnel. You see here, developer, project manager, QA personnel, and user. They are two sides, development side and user side. The SDM 8 is a little bit different to the SDM. In the SDM, user is important, and we are the developer. We care about the needs we care about user requirement. We don't care about our development requirements. And we don't need users to care about our requirements. However, in the SDM item is a little bit different. According to the SDM item, it cares about the needs of everyone concerned to the system, including developer and user, not user only. Users are still important, but the developer requirement is still important also. What does that mean? That means we will try to meet user requirement, but in our ability, in our resource. Say, we can say that in the last day we have learned about the difference between traditional approach, remember? We have learned about the differences between traditional approach and red approach, right? According to traditional approach, this is the variable. According to traditional approach, what is fixed?
Resource.
Yes, resource. And what else?
And
time, right?
time.
Resource and time is fixed. Functionality can be varied. In red, it's different. Functionality is varied. It's fixed. Resource and time are fixed. Remember? So what is the link with this one?
This is balance.
You can see here in red or in here, they still care about user. They care about user, but it's not clear. You cannot see the user on here. However, in the SDM item, you can see that. The role of the developer is much more clear. And the original DFM methodologies were based on 13 principles. There was a list of 13 different principles if you want to follow the DFM concept. However, with the SDM item, from version 2 onward of the SDM, it's will refine to 9. However, 9 is still too much. For the SDM item, please refine the principle to 8. That is a little bit different. The original SDM, there are 13 principles. The new SDM from version 2, 9 principles. And the SDM item, the lighter version of the SDM version 2, 8 principles. And there are something that you need to remember about the SDM approach. This has been developed by great practitioners. And it has been tested out in live and real projects. The SDM were applied in real and live projects, not only in form concept like RED. For the SDM item, this can be considered like the latest version of the method. And however, the underlying rationale is still the same. However, it's a little bit has been refined. And you can access to the online SDM resource as the CMS school is the SDM consortium member. and acknowledgement to the SDM item. CMS school does mean school does have the e-learning system CMS. That means you have the ability to access the SDM resource if you want to, because this program is a linking program between FPT University and Greenwich University. Greenwich University is the member consortium of the SDM. So you will have the ability to access the SDM resource if you want to do some research. And for the SDM Asian philosophy, you can see that the philosophy of the SDM items contain three different layers. The first layer is a philosophy, it can be considered the roof of the house. And under the roof is a different principle, and then four main columns, including process, people, product, and practice. Do you see this familiar? Look like what? Look like this one. Don't remember, right? Look like rapid application development. But rapid application development can be considered like a concept only. And it's a little bit simple. You can see it has only one layer with four columns, including tool, people, management, and methodologies. However, in form of the SDM item, the concept has been transferred to methodologies. And the methodologies here is structure. You can see here, the top group is a slow philosophy. That means, what does this mean? This means everything we do, we will try to meet this philosophy, to lift up the philosophy, like the roof of the house. If the house doesn't have the roof, what does that mean? It's not a house. Because the house can cover you from the sun, can cover you from the rain, from the wind, from the weather. However, if it doesn't have the roof, it cannot be considered like a house. The same here for the SDM item. Philosophy can be considered like the most important, one of the most important parts of this house. And under this, the philosophy, the roof, is the basement, can be considered like the ceiling of the house. And the ceiling is the principle. A different principle. And principle and philosophy are built based on four main constructs, including process, people, product, and practice. Understand? We use these process, people, product, and practice to build up the principle and to build up the philosophy. So, about the philosophy of the SDM item. Again, philosophy of the SDM item is the same as red, including high speed, high quality, and low cost. And for the next section, we will learn about 8 different principles of the SDM item. We will have a look again at the philosophy of the SDM item. Any project must be aligned to clearly define strategic goals and focus upon early delivery of real benefits to the winning business. In summary, high speed, high quality, low cost. And the item framework contains a set of 8 working principles. Here it is. And the frameworks or 4 columns. Process, people, product, and practice. And you can see the 4 key areas here is a little bit different from red. Red are tools, people, management, and methodologies. For the SDM method, this is process, people, product, and practice. What is the same point here? The same point here is people. See? And how about process? In some way, we can consider process like the combination of management and methodologies. However, because, as I said before, the SDM doesn't care about tools or techniques. Techniques is methodologies. So actually, process is about management process. And because it doesn't care about tool or techniques, so it doesn't have tool or methodologies. Instead, it focuses on process and it focuses on product and practice. Do you remember about the one of the most important things about it? It is product-based view. It's not activity-based view, remember? So, in any DFM project, we don't say about the activity. We say about the product. For example, at the deadline, you cannot tell to the customer that I'm doing this, I did that. Doesn't make any sense. By the deadline, customer want to see the product. And people saying about deliverables only. And practice, we'll consider. Next, about item principle. The concept of a principle is unique to the SDM, and the principle of the SDM item will direct the team to the same attitude and to the same mindset that they have to adopt to deliver consistently. That means every team member in an item project must behave in the same attitude, must have the same mindset about what they are doing, about what they are aiming to. When they have the same attitude to what they are doing, when they have the same mindset about what they are doing, they will deliver the product consistently. Do you understand about how to deliver consistently? There are many cases in the real world that same team, that team member in one group, they deliver inconsistently. They deliver the product not the same. Understand that? Have you ever heard about merging code? No. So it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand about the meaning of deliver consistently here, so we'll try to explain it in English. Cái nguyên tắc, cái principle của item, toàn bộ mình biết là DFM item nó có 8 cái nguyên tắc. Thì tất cả các cái thành viên làm cho một dự án DFM item phải hiểu rõ và thấu triệt 8 nguyên tắc này để chi ạ? Để hướng tới cùng một cách hành xử giống nhau và cùng một cái suy nghĩ giống nhau về cái mục tiêu chung. Suy nghĩ giống nhau là sao? Hành xử giống nhau là sao? Để nói ví dụ, chúng ta biết rằng khi chúng ta làm việc nhóm thì mỗi người sẽ phải làm một phần khác nhau, đúng không ạ? Giả sử như một nhóm có 4 developer, mỗi developer làm một module, đúng không ạ? Và khi 4 developer hoàn thành xong 4 module thì chúng ta làm gì?
Merge.
Chúng ta merge code lại, đúng chưa? Và merge code lại thì điều gì sẽ xảy ra?
Conflict.
Hả?
Conflict.
Đúng không ạ? Vậy làm sao để không conflict?
Consistent.
Phải consistent. Làm sao để consistent? Mọi người trong team đó phải có cái mindset như nhau, hiểu biết và suy nghĩ giống nhau và có cái thái độ như nhau đối với code. Ví dụ code thì chỉ là cái ví dụ nha. Ví dụ như chúng ta biết rằng mình có cái coding convention, đúng không ạ? Nghĩa là quy tắc khi mà mình code. Ví dụ như quy tắc đặt tên hàm, quy tắc đặt tên biến, quy tắc tục vô đầu dòng, ví dụ vậy. Ví dụ như mình có quy tắc các biến nào xy thì nó luôn là integer chẳng hạn. Nếu như mindset mọi người không giống nhau, sẽ có người đặt xy integer, có người đặt array integer. Trong khi đó có ông khác ông đặt xy là string. Vậy thì khi merge code chuyện gì xảy ra? Bét nhẹ, đúng không ạ? Có nghĩa là lúc đó chúng ta đang deliver một cái sản phẩm không thống nhất được với nhau, không duy nhất được với nhau. Hoặc giả sử như chúng ta làm một cái ứng dụng về website chẳng hạn, thì mình sẽ có cái gọi là GUI spec, là cái quy chuẩn về tạo giao diện. Chẳng hạn như theo cái quy chuẩn đó thì tất cả các page sẽ sử dụng cái phông là màu xanh, cái phông chữ ví dụ như là Arial size 10 chẳng hạn. Nếu như chúng ta không cùng hành xử theo cái cách đặt tên, đặt cái mã màu và đặt cái phông chữ, cái kích cỡ chữ như nhau thì chuyện gì xảy ra? Toàn bộ cái website là một đống không consistently. Trang này đang màu xanh và trang kia màu đỏ, trang nọ màu tím. Thì cái phần conventional guide spec đó là cái ví dụ để các em hiểu được. Do đó trong DFM nó sẽ có những cái nguyên tắc để mọi người hành xử giống nhau và có cái mindset để cách suy nghĩ, cái cách tư duy giống nhau. Cách tư duy giống nhau là mọi người đều biết được rằng đến đúng deadline là phải deliver, không chấp nhận delay. Thì nếu như mà ai cho rằng cái deadline không sao đó, trễ một ngày không sao, cái mindset đó sẽ khiến cho toàn bộ cái team của mình nó break ra và không thể làm được. Do đó mà mình phối DSDM Agent Principle 8 nguyên tắc DSDM Agent chỉ hướng về một điểm duy nhất, đó là tất cả các thành viên trong nhóm đều phải có cái chung cái suy nghĩ, cái mindset, cái hành vi như nhau. Nếu không phải là toàn bộ, đây nó nhấn mạnh là toàn bộ, thì sự thành công của dự án sẽ không được đảm bảo và sẽ bị bả hiện. Cái này nó giống như Red Concept. Chúng ta học Red Concept ta biết được rằng có Red Team. Red Team là những người làm trong nhóm theo dự án Red và phải có cái kỹ năng Red. Kỹ năng Red gọi là kỹ năng chung, trong đó bao gồm khả năng làm việc nhóm, khả năng làm việc thống nhất, khả năng đưa ra quyết định. Nó gọi chung là Red Skill. Thì DSDMA thành nó cũng vậy. Any question? Okay. So next, we have have learned about the general meaning of principle. And next, we will have a look at 8 different principles of the SDM item. And the first principle is we have to focus on the business need. First one, we have to focus on the business needs. What does this mean? This means we have to identify the business case and business growth. So what is business case? Business case is the problem of the organization. The problem that organization is facing with it becomes a business case. Understand? And what is business goal?
Revenue.
No. Business goal are a requirement that lead to solution to resolve the business case. In real world, we have problems, and in order to resolve that problem, we need some solution. When we map into the IT world, the problem is a business case. The solution is a goal to resolve that business case. Understand? For example, you are a web designer, you receive a requirement of a customer. They want you to build up a website for them. That means, what does that mean? That means they are having some trouble with their business. For example, they lose their competitive edge. They just have the offline store, the physical store. And many customers come to the store. And later, no customer come to the store because of the transportation fee is too high. They cannot pay for the taxi cost, pay for the gasoline to ride from the home to the store anymore. They want to buy online. That leads to the revenue or the outcomes of that company is reduced. It's become their problem. And to resolve that problem, they come up with a solution. The solution is building a website so that customer can buy the product online. See? And there will be many requirements for that website. And when that website meets every requirement, it meets the business goal. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, the main point according to the SDM item is we need to deliver what the business needs when it needs it. Deliver what they want and on time. Not too late, not too soon. On time is the key. Okay? That is our developer overriding goal, the topmost level goal for software engineers. Got it? So, for principle 1, remember, if later you have a chance to work in the SDM item project, remember, first principle, focus on the business need. What the business wants, not what the user wants. Remember this point. We learn about RED concept. We also learn about the SDM, and we often say about user requirements. But for the SDM method, we focus on business needs first. What are the needs of that organization would be the first priority, not the end user. The end user is still important, but not at the top priority. That's it. And the next principle is deliver on time. And delivering products on time is quite often the single most important success factor for a project. You can say that for any kind of project, not only the IT or software industry project. Deliver on time is always the key success factor for that project. No customer wants to deliver late. Deliver soon is good, but deliver on time is better. And deliver late is unacceptable. That means when we hit the deadline, we deliver. Okay? So, how to come up with deliver on time? We will use techniques. We will use approach like RED. We have time box approach. Remember what time box is? You have learned a lot about time box, right? In the last section, we have learned about the structure of one time box. Remember, three main sections. The first is kick off. The last is close down. And the middle is three different activities: design, implementation, testing. And we have to focus on business priorities. You can say this is the same to RED concept. According to RED concept, we have learned about Moscow rule, remember? And Pareto principle. Remember Pareto 80-20 rules, remember? They are the priorities. However, RED focus on functionalities. The SDM focus on business priorities. And always hit deadline. That means when we hit deadline, we deliver what we promise at the beginning of that time box. So again, the second principle after focusing on business needs is deliver on time. And the second with this principle is also the priority principle as well. The first principle, focus business needs. The second principle, deliver on time. Now about the third. The third is about collaboration. Collaboration here, that means you must have the teamwork skill. Everyone in the SDM group must have the teamwork skill, and they must work closely together. If a team, people have teamwork skill, but they have loose association, that means they don't have closely communication. The project still fail. What is close association and what is loose association? Close association does mean everyone in the group know about the progress of the whole group and know about the progress of every single individual in that group. They know exactly what other team members are doing and when they will finish. And if they need, they will communicate together immediately. And what is loose association? Loose association means least communication. That means team member doesn't know about works of other members in the team. When people asking someone in that team, hey, what is your cousin doing? I don't know. That is low association. They don't have much communication. We call that is low. So that's why now you can see that many software companies don't use workstation like before. You can see before 20 years ago, how is the office of a software company? For example, this is the office, and here is a table. One people sitting here, and here is a table. Another software engineering sitting here, another table, software engineering sitting here. No communication between these people. They communicate with the computer only. Recently, from 2000, we have the new definition of workstation we call workspace. That means everyone have an individual workspace. No one can interfere to your workspace. You're sitting closer, but there is a partition separate you and other people, like this one. For example, this called one workspace. And there are 4 people sitting here. People 1, people 2, people 3, people 4. 4 software developers sitting here. And you can see, in compare with this workstation, people sitting much more closer, right? Next together. But between them, there are partitions to separate. And each space here can be considered like individual space, your private space. No one can interfere that space. If you don't want to communicate, people will not communicate with you. However, from 2014, the workspace is totally different. There is a long table here, and software engineers sitting next together and opposite together. No partition, no separation. Sitting close together, and everyone share the same workspace, share the same table. For what? To prevent loose association. To help people understand about the situation of other people in the same group. Understand? This is called close communication. This is loose association. This is middle, half. So, to make this principle an attentive us. Firstly, select up this. We have to involve the right stakeholder at the right time. So what are stakeholders? So, what are stakeholders? Stakeholder does mean everyone, every key person relate to the project. Every key person concerned to the project, they are stakeholders. And empower the team members. That means the member in the SDM item have some specialty power. For example, silent place. For example, they have the right to make decisions. If the customer asks the developer, hey, can you do it for me or not? The developer can say that, yes, I can, or say, no, I can't. They have the making decision right. They don't need to come back to ask the idea of their supervisor. For example, when a customer said, hey, can you make this function for me? The developer answered, I cannot make decision right now. I need to come back and ask for idea from my manager. They have no power in decision making. So, team member in Aiton team, like Red, they must have the power to make decisions. And more than that, they must have the power to decide what they will do, what they won't do, when they will do, when they will not do. They are the power of these people. So that's why stakeholder, they must be the key person, because you cannot power a non-key person. Why is that? They can make wrong decisions. Understand? And actually involve the business representative of user. Anytime you need the end user to provide a feedback of their opinions, you will actually involve them. And the fourth principle is about the SDM is never compromise quality. That means when we agree with that quality, we try to meet that quality. We don't lower down the quality. For example, if you and your customer agree that by the deadline you will deliver the product at the perfect condition, that means by the deadline you have to deliver a perfect product, not a good product. When you say it 10 score I will deliver, that means you have to deliver a 10 score product, not a 9 score product. Understand? Do you understand the compromise quality in here? Yes or no? Okay, I will explain in Vietnamese. Never compromise quality có nghĩa là chúng ta không thỏa hiệp về vấn đề chất lượng. Nói một cách tóm tắt, nếu như ngay từ đầu của cái time box đó hoặc cái dự án đó, mình và khách hàng đã đồng ý sẽ deliver một cái sản phẩm ở một cái chất lượng cụ thể nào đó, thì điều đó nghĩa là đến deadline mình phải giao sản phẩm với đúng cái chất lượng đó. Ví dụ như nếu mình xét theo thang điểm 10, mình nói rằng đến deadline mình sẽ giao một sản phẩm 10 điểm, thì có nghĩa rằng deadline mình phải giao một sản phẩm 10 điểm, chứ không phải một sản phẩm 9 điểm, thậm chí 9.9 cũng không phải là 10. Do đó về mặt chất lượng, nếu chúng ta đã thỏa thuận và chúng ta đồng ý với nhau, kể cả là trong nội bộ team đi nữa, Thì nếu như mình đã đồng ý với cái chất lượng đó thì mình sẽ cố gắng mình đạt được cái mức độ chất lượng đó. Và bạn nhớ rằng nếu như 10 thì 9,99999 vẫn không phải là 10. So to fulfill this principle, an IT team must, first one, they have to set the clear policy at the beginning. And secondly, they have to design document testing appropriately. That means for every phase, every module of the system, you must have the design documents and you must have the testing document appropriately. Every module must have a set of testing cases. Every module must have a set of design documents. And constantly review product development and test continuously. We keep testing product again and again. How can we test that? When the developer finishes one procedure or one functional, then we test it. We call unit test. When we finish one module, we test it. When we finish two modules and we integrate them together, we test it again. And we call this is integration test. When we test one module, we call that is component test. And when we finish the whole system, we will need to test the whole system with every module there, and we call this a system test. But it's not finished. Because the system is still in the development environment. We have to deploy the system to run on the real working environment. And we test it on real working environment. At this time, we call it user acceptance test. And before we deliver, for example, for Microsoft, before they deliver Gmail, you know about Gmail, right? Everyone is using Gmail. But around more than 10 years ago, before they release the Gmail, they send some email to some random user and ask them to use them for a while, and then send back the feedback. We call that is beta test, or or higher than user acceptance test. And after they receive the feedback, they will release the product. So remember one thing: test continuously is very, very important, because if there is something wrong, we can figure out immediately. For example, when we are doing unit test, if there is something wrong with just one single procedure or one single function, we will know immediately, right? When we do the integration test, if there is something wrong at one specific module, we will know immediately. Principle 5. Build incrementally from firm foundation. This is the same meaning as red. In red, we know that we buy some time box and we deliver iterative and incrementally, right? We don't try to deliver the whole project at one go. Instead, we will try to the system with some basic functionalities in a short time first. And then When we have more time, we will develop more and deliver more. This is incrementally delivered. And we also build incrementally. And so in this tone, PDS, DM have the same meaning as red. That means people will not try to understand the whole system at the beginning. Instead, they will try to understand the high-level requirements only. They don't try to catch up with the detailed requirements. Time by time, their understanding about the requirements will improve. And when the understanding improves, the system will be delivered with more functionalities. Understand? And principle 6, actually, principle 5 and principle 6 should come together. Because when we build incrementally, that means we build it iteratively. Iteratively, that means repeatedly. Some activities will be repeated again and again and again after each different iteration, after each different version. Remember, this is the same meaning as red. And it's very rare that anything is built perfectly first time, because nowadays projects operate within a changing world. There are some activities, some projects we keep doing on that because the world is changed. That means the user requirement change. Before, I used to work in a project, and the lifetime of that project until I left is 7 years. 7 years for that project, but that is not the building system project from scratch. That is a maintenance project. And it takes more than 7 years. Up to now, as far as I know, that project is still working. Why is that? Because every year, the customer requirement changes and the project changes. So our customer needs us to improve the product by adding more functionalities or change some functionalities based on the user request. That project can take up to more than 10 years, even 20 years. That is one why nowadays many software outsourcing companies in Vietnam focus on maintenance project, not on building project. Because when you finish building, you will stop it. And building project takes only 1 or 2 years as maximum. And then done, you go. No more job. However, for maintenance project, the minimum time may be 5 years. Maximum time can count to 10 years, is one lifetime. For example, there are some e-learning projects for US military. That kind of project might take lifetime. You will work forever until you don't want to work anymore. Maintenance. So that's why we have to develop iteratively. Because we see the same project over 7 years, we do the same thing over 7 years, it's repeat again and again and again. Just change user request. Still the same user interface, still the same user system, still the same database structure. We just modify it. Understand? And principle 7. communicate continuously and clearly. As I said before in the SDM item, we will try not to lose association. Instead, we will try to have closely communication. How to get up with the closely communication? We have to communicate continuously and clearly. That means we have to keep asking our co-worker, our colleagues about what they are doing, about what they are progress. And we must clear the point. What you want to say, make it clear. And what you want to answer it clearly. We don't try to avoid, we don't try to use slang language, we don't try anything to hide some point that we cannot reach up. Instead, we will try to make everything be clear. Everyone in the team has to know about the plan. Everyone in the team has to know about the progress of the whole team. And everyone in the team has to know about the progress, the activity of every other team members. That's how we communicate continuously and clearly. Understand? And in order to communicate continuously and clearly, we have some methodologies like role-based stand-up section. That means quick meeting in 10 or 15 minutes. And use facilitate workshop. We have done this before. We will arrange a meeting around 1 hour with key stakeholder from user, representative, and from development team as well. Then we sitting together and discuss and make decisions on some key points. And we have to use great communication techniques such as using modeling and prototyping. And you have to keep documentation linked and timely. That means after you update one function, you have to document it. After you create a new prototype, you have to document it. And incorporate informal face-to-face communication. For the SDM item, in order to keep the communicate clearly, it encourages us to face-to-face communication. If you want to ask some people about something, you have to come to see them face-to-face and discuss about what you want to ask. Don't texting them, don't phone them, don't chat with them. Instead, come and see and talk. Got that? Yeah. And the last thing about principle is principle aids. This means about demonstrate control. As I said before, the SDM will try to implement a system in a controlled environment. So, the principle here is about controlling everything, every time. Iterative incremental approach like using prototyping and to maintain confidence. Control must be demonstrated on time. For example, plans and progress must be visible to everyone in the team, to all people or stakeholders concerned with the project, and measure progress through focus on delivery of products rather than complete activities. Again, in the SDM item, it's about product activities. So, we will measure the progress of the whole project based on the number of products complete, not based on the activity complete. Understand? And manage proactively evaluate project viability based on business objective. That means we will evaluate the project based on the business objective. We will have, as I said before, we have the business case, and we have the business goal, and we have the business objective. One business goal may combine, maybe the combination of many different business objectives. And we will evaluate our project based on the business objective that we have finished. For example, if there are around 10 business objectives, and at the end, if our project meets 5 business objectives, the project can be considered like a live project. That means that project can be used, can be considered like mid-year requirements. However, if that project meets only 4 business objectives or even less than 4, for example 2, 3 objectives only, that means our project, our system doesn't meet user requirement, and it cannot go live. We have the term go live for one project, and in order for a system to be go live, it has to meet business objective. If it doesn't meet business objective enough, that means it doesn't meet user requirement. And if it doesn't meet user requirement, this cannot go live. Understand? People, if you don't, just raise your hand. Okay. So what next? So we have looked at the item philosophies. We also look at the item principle. And now we will look at the products, people, process, and practice. However, because we don't have enough time, so this one will be for the later, for next week. However, right now we'll have to relook at the DFM life cycle. You will see that the DFM life cycle is quite similar to the DFM. It still have the feasibility exploration. In the DFM, this is feasibility study, and this is business study, right? It still have exploration, engineering, and deployment. However, in the DFM, this is design, implementation, and testing. And you can see in the SDM item, there is connection between different phases here. They have connection together. And for the SDM, the feasibility foundation can be considered like a pre-project section. And for the remaining, including exploration, engineering, and deployment, the SDM item considered them as post-project. So this is a brief of life cycle of the SDM item. We will have a closer look by next week. Right now, we will take a break in 5 minutes. Thank you. Next week, we will review the assignment. So, you have the assignment already, right? You got it. So, try to read it at home and try to understand. So, next week, when we come to class, I'm here to wait for your question. If you don't have question, we cannot work. I will try to explain the assignment, but if you don't read it before, you don't understand what I'm saying. Got it? Okay. So next part for today is about your tutorial, and I have uploaded it to the CMS. So please access news forum on the CMS and download tutorial week 6. There are 4 questions in that tutorial. Please try to answer it within 1 hour and a half. Thank you. Yes.